we did this event where we had a lot of kids. I think it was probably a gift-giving event for Christmas. And a little girl came up to me rapping, "I'm the type of girl that's down for her." I think the Gat in My Purse rap. Might have been the Gat in My Purse. And I said, "No, don't say that." It was the first time I really realized, like, oh my God. That was the first time I felt responsible. That was the first time I really understood, like, wow, I have a responsibility. All these years I have been telling people, we have no responsibility. But you have to remember, we were just kids. We had no idea. Hip-hop was only 10 years old, maybe 15 years old. And we were still battling whether it came from the East Coast or West Coast. We weren't deep into what the situation was. And as we grew, I became more conscious. Like, oh no, I don't want to say that. Then after traveling all around the world and realizing how the kids were really into it. It was just becoming, we talked about the culture. We talked about hip-hop, the baggy clothes. But that was later when we started realizing that we really had a culture, that people were really buying into everything we were talking about, that we were making history. Hip-hop was making history. It really, we started really realizing, like, oh my goodness. And I know for me, it really changed me. Writing lyrics became harder for me. And what I realized with the men, they were digging holes for themselves that it would be too much of contradicting themselves to back out. So for me, it was almost like a battle itself. And I've always been an activist. I've worked with Maxine Waters and in my community in South Central Los Angeles for many years. Even as a child, I had the Intelligent Black Women's Coalition. I always knew I wanted to do more. I didn't know what, I didn't know how, I didn't know who to talk to or how to build my nonprofit or any of those things. All I knew was I wanted to make a difference in my community. So it was a conflict of interest to me. I wanted to do it and I have a love for it, and every time I would sit down and write, it was almost like, but the guys were just more forceful. Then came Foxy and Lil' Kim. I said, oh God, I'm through. I can't compete. Where do I fit? There is really no place for me. I really have to get it together. What am I going to do? What am I going to talk about? I've been doing this all my life. Where do I go from here?